Hey everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to a video review of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Gandalf the Grey 6-inch action figure. The packaging is virtually identical to the 3 3/4 inch figures, featuring nice artwork at the top with the Hobbit logo. Gandalf is very nicely presented in the round bubble along with his accessories. And on the bottom you have a picture of Gandalf himself from the movie. The back of the card features some nice product shots of the figure, a short summary of The Hobbit, along with Gandalf's bio, and of course other figures available in the 6-inch line. Now that we've seen the packaging, let's check out the wizard himself. It isn't easy for any company to make an old wizard look cool, but as you see here, the Bridge Direct hit a home run. Right off the bat, this is a very impressive action figure. 6-inch Gandalf's head sculpt is highly detailed, and it does look a lot like Sir Ian McKellen. From head to toe, the attention to detail on this figure is very impressive, and the paint applications are very clean and crisp. His travel cloak looks almost like real fabric, but it's actually made out of a very soft, rubbery plastic. It can be removed easily from the figure. And as you can see, it is very pliable and easy to bend. And as much as I like the detail on it, I prefer to pose my Gandalf without it because it interferes with the articulation. When reattaching the cloak, remember to slip the back underneath the hair as you see here. This will allow the cloak to rest properly on the figure. 6-inch Gandalf's accessories include his signature hat, his mighty staff, and his trusty sword, Glamdring. His hat is made out of a soft rubbery plastic, so it does have some pliability, and it's molded in a slightly darker shade of gray. The staff is molded in a dark shade of brown plastic. While it is firm, it does have some give to it. It's very nicely detailed and it holds its shape very well. His sword Glamdring is molded in a bright shade of silvery gray plastic. It is nicely detailed. The handle is painted in a medium shade of blue, which matches the color of the scabbard. And just like the 3 3/4 inch Gandalf figure, he does have a scabbard which can hold his sword. And fortunately with my 6-inch Gandalf figure, he can hold his accessories very well. Just like with the 3 3/4 inch Gandalf, 6-inch Gandalf's hat does not seem to want to stay on all that well. However, there are grooves that are molded into the hat that are supposed to line up with the hair. And once you do get them lined up just right, it will hold reasonably well. 6-inch Gandalf is a relatively posable figure, although he does have some limitations, such as his head is hampered by his beard, which is made out of a very tough, unbendable, unforgiving plastic. His shoulder rotates all the way around, goes out about that far and in. His elbow bends about that far, rotates all the way around. His wrists rotate all the way around. His waist can rotate all the way around. And his legs do have articulation, but his cloak is made out of a relatively tough plastic that, despite having this opening here, limits his leg movements severely. But he does have ankle movement. Go down about that far, up about that far, rotates all the way around. He can bend at the knee, which you cannot see. Unfortunately, I can't go up that high, but he does have a knee joint. And it can rotate at the knee, can rotate at the hip, and move in and out, forward and back at the hip. But again, the cloak does not permit much usability of those joints below the waist. So that's about it. Here is a comparison of 3 3/4 inch Gandalf with the 6 inch Gandalf figure. As much as I like the 3 3/4 inch figure, I think the 6 inch version edges it out in every way, especially without the cloak. In the end, is 6 inch Gandalf a fantastic figure? Yes. Is he a perfect figure? No. He has limitations in articulation, which may turn off some people, but if you can accept those limitations, I think you will enjoy this figure a whole lot. Many of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit characters wear clothing that drapes over their legs, whether it be long skirts, tunics, or robes. So this is something that the Bridge Direct has to work with. And even if they used softer materials, I do believe that there would still be limitations in articulation as far as the legs go. But hopefully this video demonstrates that this figure has a lot more going for it than it does against it. And to me, there's plenty of positives that far outweigh the negatives, which makes this a worthwhile purchase. Not only does 6 inch Gandalf make for a nice display piece, he's also fun to play around with. In my humble opinion, he's definitely a quality figure. I hope you enjoyed this video review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Comes off rather easily. And as you can see, it does have some give. Gandalf had way too much to drink. He's tired.